Hello there, ether dwelling people. It is me, Barnsley Syme. This is Syme Stuff on Tuesday, the 4th of August 2026. How are you all today? Me? I'm wonderful. I'm the best husband in the world. Vicky's sewing machine. Okay, I nearly said lawnmower then, I don't know why. Vicky's, she'd be happy with a sewing machine. She'd be happy with anything mechanical like that, actually. I once bought her an hammer drill for her birthday. She asked for it. Anyway, I digress. Her sewing machine came yesterday, and she was rather delighted with it. I'm going to give you a extremely quick glimpse of how happy she was. There, blink and you miss it. She hates being on camera. She really, really does. So yeah, she's happy with it. She says, I need to get some cotton and this, that and other now. So that's coming today. I've ordered her a pack, a big set of cottony type bobbins and I don't know. It's all technical terms I don't understand. We watched sewing. I said we watch. I think you watch Sewing Bee. And I suffer it with her. I'm getting into it. I don't understand it. You keep mentioning things like applique, and I'm like, what's that mean, love? But yeah, so she's got it. She's happy. She's getting the bobbins and the thread and all other gubbins that come in that pack today. So yeah, before I get into anything else, let's do this day in history. So if I open my notes up, it shows me that 8 years ago today, on the 4th of August, Barnsley were playing at home. I don't know who we were playing, but me and our friend used to go down early. And then Vicky's mum would come up here, and Vicky and her mum would walk down and meet us in ground. But me and our friend used to go down because they used to have this thing called Redfern's Bar, which was in the community centre type bit under Ponty End. And it had a bar, and we used to go in there. Well, if you were a centenary member or a season ticket holder, you could get in. Well, we were both, obviously. But this time 8 years ago, he was 18. So he could legally go in and have a pint. And he did. And he had his first pint of Acorn Bitter. He's not the thing is with our friend Lee, he's not really a big beer or lager drinker. He don't mind it, but he prefers rum and coke. So, and he can drink that till cows come home and not get overly daft on it. So, yeah, so 8 years ago, me and our friend were sat in Redfern's Bar sharing a pint together, which were nice. On his birthday, I took him. Well, I'd say I took him. On his birthday, we went to number 7, and he bought me a pint on his 18th birthday. Bless him. 9 years ago, I bought 2 new flight cases for my records, for my 7-inch singles. I think they both held 100. I bought these two, and then a bit later on I bought an even bigger one. But these two came, and then it was a question of sifting through this lot, because this was my always leave the house with them pile. These were the ones that, yeah, wherever I went with me if I were playing. I've got a certain. I mean, the Norwich boxes and that boxes are stuck in shed, probably going mouldy and not right nice, and probably just worth throwing now. And I think when Lola goes through to our mat and we sort shed out, they'll probably get binned. But yeah, so I sorted all through them. I also took ownership of this, which is an American print of My Ever-Changing Moods by the wonderful Style Council. 13 years ago, I got myself a new little mini mixer, because I was fed up if I was going anywhere. I was taking portable PA and my laptop and everything. I was sick of having to unplug my mixer from my desk, so I bought myself a little mini mixer, and it came, and I had a bit of a play with it in the front room, annoying the neighbours again, as you do. And 15 years ago, we were down in Cornwall with our new tent. Absolute peach of a thing, this one. I love this tent. Just glorious. And despite how big it was, it weren't much of a swine to put up. It was quite simple to put up. You just got poles that went over, you put together and they went through and over, and then you concertinaed it out. You pegged back end out, and then you just brought it forward, pegging as you go along. It was, stop it with the dirty thoughts on me saying pegging. You put your tent pegs in as you came and brought it forward sectionally, and then you put as you can see, it's alright, I'm looking at it here, the extension on the front. We went to halves on it with Vicky's mum, and all the bits that went in it, and then Melissa bought one, so we went halves on that. We had one each then, me and Vic and Fliss and Stuart, and Vicky's mum got a caravan. So yeah, that's today in history, or this day in history. So, speaking of him and his drinking habits, I got this photo from him last night, along with this photo, because he's in Wales. Boyle. He was doing 2 deliveries, doing 2 drop-offs, one in Abergavenny, I don't know, not Aberystwyth, the other one, Abergavenny, or wherever. He was doing 2 pickups, drop-offs anyway, one down in South Wales, in Gwent, at Newport it might have been, and then up to wherever he is. Then he went and found his digs for night, and then today he's off doing some 7, I think he's got 7 repairs to do. So they make street furniture, bins and one thing and another. Vicky works in sales office and I've been works on shop floor, but recently he's been get chance to do some driving, either with other people or on his own, and he loves it. He's done more and more these last few weeks. We were down about Peterborough last week and Emma-Lemstead, and yeah, he's really enjoying it. As I say, he phoned Vicky last night and saw what you're gonna have for tea, and he's like, "Oh, there's a curry house just right corner from hotel." And Vicky's like, "Do you really want to be going and having a madras, not knowing that curry house, and then be stuck in a lorry for however many hours the next day, and have potential of an upset stomach and blah blah blah?" And they were like, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. So when he sent me his photos, I'm like, "Oh, you had to eat." He said, "Oh, I've had some fish and chips on beach." So yeah. I also said, be careful with drinking. He's like, I'm only having this one, Dad. I'm not stupid. And I know him. Bless him, I know it's not daft. So, yeah. So, what else to tell you? Shut up. Shut up. Both of you. Baxter, Bella. Shut up. Oi. It's only Mr. Front End House, isn't it? And you know him. I'm going through the internet yesterday and you doom scrolling as you do. And this came up, it was a video, and I've not put it video, it just takes forever. But it was, who were the top 5 most boring bands or artists of all time? And there's a couple of things I want to raise about this. A, it's not entirely wrong with some of them, but number one, Bob Dylan. I won't class Bob Dylan as boring, but I also would be able to spell his name right if I were denigrating him. Dillon. Second thing is, and this is the... You just seen him walk up and let him walk back again. The second thing is, and this is one that really... Put Coldplay at number 5, which everybody knows there should be number 1, number 2, number 3, and at least number 4. Coldplay at number 5, and then U2 at number 4, who he said sound like Coldplay. How can a band that were around a couple of decades before, well, 1970s, when were Coldplay? 90s? Yeah, so at least 2 decades before Coldplay were even a thing, how can they sound like them? Surely Coldplay sound like U2. And in what world do Coldplay sound like U2? I mean, Coldplay are shit, let's face it. The Coldplay, yellow. I don't get them. I generally, I can normally, even with bands that I really don't like, I can kind of think, yeah, I get the appeal. It's like I sat and watched the Taylor Swift concert, and I watched the 5-episode documentary about a tour, and it was fantastic. And I kind of get why people like her. You know, she appeals to a certain demographic. I'm not one of them. Me and Vicky were on about this other day when we were in the car. I'm going to Sheffield for my scan, and there was an advert on for that ABBA Voyage or whatever it's called, that with the holograms, and I'm like, I'd like to go just to see the mechanics of how it works and what it looks like, but I could not deal with an hour and a half, 2 hours of ABBA's music. Were ABBA good? Yeah, of course they were. But ABBA in 2026, to me, they appeal to a certain demographic, a certain age of women, and a certain kind of men that live in an alternative lifestyle. Not got a problem with either of them. Not got a problem with ABBA. Just doesn't appeal to me. Not a full fucking concert of them. Don't get me started on Meatloaf. Oh, God. Apparently, and to this day, I can't A, remember saying it, ow, or B, imagine that I ever said it, but apparently, I came home from work one Saturday, and kitchen was full. Vicky, her mum, her sister, her nan, everybody were in the kitchen, and all right, blah, 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 blah. And someone turned around and says, "You ready for tomorrow?" I'm like, "What's tomorrow?" "Oh, we're going to see Meatloaf." No. I was like, no. Funny. And I went upstairs to get changed. Go back down, they're all gone. And I'm like, what do you mean we're going to see Meatloaf? You agreed. When, what reality did I agree we're going to go and see Meatloaf? You promised me, this is Vicky saying this, you promised me that if I went to see Paul Weller with you, you'll come and see Meat Loaf with me. On my mum and dad's graves, or the little old ground with the ashes are, I would never, ever, wherever my heart points south, I would never make a statement like that. But we ended up going. It were at Chatsworth. It were a day-long thing, and hands down, Meat Loaf. If that poll or list would have been top 5 worst bands or artists you've ever seen live, Meat Loaf would be in that top 5. He was shit. Absolutely shit. Do I think Bat Out of Hell's a good album? There's 2 or 3 good songs on it, yeah. My sister played it to death. She nicked a copy off her boyfriend at the time, played it to death. So I heard it far too much, and it probably put me off. It's not my thing anyway. It's heavy. I'm not a naysayer of heavy metal. I quite like some of it. Big fan of AC/DC, even though I don't think they're heavy metal. I think they're rock and probably bluesy, well, especially. Anyway, I digress again. But yeah, I had to spend a full afternoon, evening surrounded by double denim and leather and spandex and long greasy hair and I wore an Harrington, a Fred Perry shirt, some stay-pressed trousers and my desert boots. Once a mod, always a mod. And with that, I'll bid you farewell for today. So TTFN, I'll see you tomorrow. Ta-da.